Hello, everyone, and welcome to Disney WTF, where we talk about what's the fuss about Disney. Welcome to episode 17. And for those that don't know us, we're a Disney couple. One of us is a fanatic, and one of us just doesn't get Disney. Headlines.
Okay, Richie, but before we start headlines, I want to introduce our special guest star.
We have a guest.
We do have a guest.
Nice.
My little brother, Matthew Ng. Say hi.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Hello.
So really quick, I guess Matthew and I we've been Disney fanatics. We've been feeding each other's Disney fandom for a really, really long time.
Long time.
How long would you say it would be?
Oh gosh. Probably 10, 12 years probably. I mean, we always went to Disney World when we were kids, but we started getting seriously into it probably late high school, early college probably.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would say I was 19 when something turned in my head and I became, a nut job. And
then, podcasts. Did you ever think you would have your own Disney podcast?
100% no.
All those years ago, and then have your brother be a guest star on said podcast?
No, definitely not.
Have you guys been listening to, or Matt, have you been listening to a lot of Disney podcasts for a long time now?
Oh gosh, yes. I mean, before med school and residency started, that was my drive time radio on the way to school almost every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because boy, I tell you, that drive down to University of Miami was in 45 minutes to an hour. So I'd pass the time with Inside the Magic and WDW Radio and WDW Today and
Classics.
all those other podcasts that were out there. And
one day Disney WTF.
And now Disney WTF on the weekly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
And
we're so.
I'll be honest,
Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to say, and it's quite honestly, you guys have reinvigorated my podcasting interest. I've been starting to listen to a lot more podcasts as of late.
Nice.
So
that's awesome to hear. No, audio is the thing now, so that's what we're just jumping on the train.
We're very excited to have you take time out of your busy schedule to meet with us in this way tonight. So let's talk some Disney.
Headlines.
So headlines. So first headline I got. All-Star Value Resorts are rumored to be adding a table service restaurant.
What?
I know. It's pretty interesting. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest.
You mean we won't have to eat cafeteria food when we stay at All-Star Movies anymore? Is that what you're saying?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Are they going to take away the breakfast?
Probably
because that's
not.
a problem for me.
No, they won't take away the breakfast.
Okay, cool.
No, probably not. But
I think it's a good alternative option. If you're staying at a Valley Resort and you maybe want something other than if you want a nice sit down dinner and you don't want to spend Citrico's or California Grill kind of money.
Yeah.
But here's the question: how will it differ from cafeteria food? Is it going to be burgers? Is it going to be the macaroni and cheese that you can just get at a cafeteria already available?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You're looking at me you should have seen her. She was looking at me like if I knew the answer. I have no idea.
I just really want to know. You have the wisdom. But yeah.
My fiance Michelle, who's also a Disney fanatic, we have a bucket list which is to basically go to every Walt Disney World property restaurant and table service restaurants specifically. So now that Disney's going to be adding table service restaurants to Valley Resorts, they just basically added 5 restaurants to our bucket list, just like that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thanks, Disney. Appreciate you. we're only about 15% of the way through the list. So. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. Only time will tell. And I guess we'll see what the menus look like if they do differ from the cafeteria style food, which is, in my opinion, is pretty darn good and convenient.
Yeah.
But we'll
I agree.
We'll fly that plane when it lands.
Yes. Famous saying, by the way. We'll fly that plane when it lands. You'll hear about it one day.
All right. So next little piece of news. The express bus service that took you from park to park that you paid extra for, and basically you could go directly from one park to another without having to do security again, is gone.
Duh. I was waiting for that. Of course it's gone because of the minivan thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's apparently the minivans have been a huge success. They've actually expanded to different resorts now. So before it was just among the boardwalk resorts, but now they're expanding, and it's pretty interesting that such a service
is what's
so
crazy?
successful.
You know what's crazy about the minivan thing? It's not like people could have done Uber, and it's cheaper, right? We've already kind of figured that out too, as current prices stand. But it's probably a success, and I mean, we don't know the exact numbers, but it's probably doing awesome because it's a minivan. Like, people probably just want to experience that, just to even take a picture of it, or say they did it, or just be inside the minivan because it's part of the Disney experience. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I got to say, as a local park goer, I really didn't see the express buses really lasting. Quite frankly, I don't know if anyone. I didn't really see anyone use the express buses.
Really?
Yeah, I would see the section by Rock and Roller Coaster in Hollywood Studios where you could actually board the bus, but like, I never saw anyone actually take advantage of these buses.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I mean, maybe, the whole minivan thing was just like part of the big plan to, revive that type of situation.
Could be.
Would you, as a local, ever use a minivan just because?
I don't know about just because. I mean, you're talking about spending, $20 to, do something that I could do just on my own and buy a car.
Yeah. Or Uber because it's cheaper.
The local, I haven't really found a necessity to use the minivan as of yet.
Yeah.
Not even just for the experience of driving in a van that's looks like mini?
Not quite yet. I'm sure that there will come a time where I'm in a bind and I need to get somewhere.
On property.
That will be the day that I actually use the minivan.
I'm in a bind right now. I really need to get to Magic Kingdom.
Sure, sir. That'll be $20. Here, take my money.
Take my money, please.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, Richie and I did ride in a minivan on our last trip, and I gotta say, it was not bad. It was really, really convenient. And granted, it was free, so that made it even sweeter because they were during the testing phases at that point. But I mean, you can't beat it. It's super convenient. Maybe it's the whole not driving thing.
That's definitely possible. I mean, I don't
very
know.
True.
I would just much rather take an Uber.
Well, we don't support Ubers, Lyft,
or Lyft. You know what I meant.
I know.
Hey, we're not. This is not a political podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways. All right. So let's move on. Last little piece of news that I wanted to mention is really kind of the biggest news of the week. Universe of Energy and the Great Movie Ride are officially closed as of August 13th. So it's pretty interesting yeah, I know. 2 classics closed on the same day. I personally did not get to ride them one last time because scheduling prevented that, but yeah, it is what it is. It'll forever live in YouTube, I guess.
I feel like there should be a rule that you can't close a ride unless you give a year's notice. What about all those people that, really can't make it, obviously like us, and it was like their favorite. Like, what if, that's messed up, Disney. That's not cool. I would have been livid. Like, if I was really if this meant as much as it does to some people that love Disney, I would have been super upset.
I mean, I'm sure people still are. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you're there were your Great Movie Ride fanatics out there. Mm-hmm. My fiance is next to me. She's raising her hand over here. But you know what, though? This has been always kind of the thing with Disney. They announce that an attraction is closing, and the people come out in droves to get that one last ride in. Yeah. But I think for Great Movie Ride, I think for me personally, I mean, me and Laurie, we, anytime we went to Hollywood Studios, Great Movie Ride was always a must-do. It was always an e-ticket experience for us.
Yeah, even though for a lot of people it didn't really have that e-ticket kind of vibe to it, we always felt the need to do it. Although I do feel that when Turner Classic Movies kind of came in as the sponsor, it kind of lost a little bit of its, panache for me.
A little bit.
But nevertheless, the movie montage at the end always gives you chills. Like, you can't help that.
Always.
Yeah, so...
You said, no, you don't.
That's really funny.
Right?
I know.
Sorry, that's actually from the Q movie montage in the queue. My bad.
Did you guys get a chance to go to either of them in the past week or two after it was announced?
We did do our great movie ride, one last ride. Took it all in. Took lots of pictures, lots of moving pictures, if you will. And Disney is also using the closure as a good way to make quite honestly make a quick buck, because they do have commemorative T-shirts with the ride saying that it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll buy 5.
Did it did it say on there last ride type of thing? Like, what did it say on?
It said it's a wrap. It says it's a wrap, and then it has a old school movie style projector kind of in the background of large text that say the group movie ride.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
And they came out with a red shirt and a black shirt. One's a quote unquote an annual pass holder exclusive, but if you're out there, you can still get that annual pass holder quote unquote exclusive shirt. They didn't really ask for any pass holder information when I ordered the shirt, so the general public is probably free to get this shirt as well.
You got both colors, I'm sure.
About that, yeah.
Did it feel different knowing that it was going to be the last ride? Like, was something different about it that you didn't quite see before?
I tried to take in all the things that I liked about the attraction. Just taking in this, from the very beginning, at the beginning of the attraction when it's lights, cameras, action, and taking the Footlight Parade scene and the Mary Poppins scene. My personal favorite scene was always the alien scene.
Sweaty Sigourney Weaver.
With Sigourney Weaver, yes, with Sigourney Weaver, and of course always looking for C-3PO and R2-D2 in the Indiana Jones room. Mm-hmm. Got to see those guys one last time, and the like you said, the movie montage at the end, it's chilling. It is chilling.
Yeah, it was a good one, but you know what? I am kind of excited about the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway. Say that a few times fast. Experience. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Go ahead.
Oh, speaking of this, is this the Mickey ride that they're putting in that I'm really upset about?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, What do you think about this? I think that Walt, when he created Disney World, or the theme parks, Disneyland, whatever, that he purposefully did not include a ride about Mickey. Because I don't know why, but I just think that it was on purpose, because Mickey is such a staple of what Disney is that you would think that he would put that in the park, as a ride or as an experience, but he did not. And now that he's gone, they are doing it without his word or blessing. And I want to know what your take on that was.
So, truth be told, when you in the last episode that you guys did, I think when you guys were covering all the announcements from D23, you had made mention that in all the history of Disneyland and Disney World and all the other the foreign parks out there, that there never was a Mickey Mouse attraction. It didn't quite hit me until you actually said it. I'm just like, whoa, he's right.
He's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The Disney hater is the one who's pointing this out to us.
Yeah.
So
I know that took me for a loop.
I don't know whether or not it was intentional never to have Mickey Mouse as an attraction, but in the few instances that I can think of where Mickey Mouse, you had to actually wait in line to see Mickey Mouse. It was either always for a meet and greet, or you could catch him in Fantasmic or in a parade, but a dark ride per se, or say an Omnimover ride. He's never been in that attraction. Whether or not it was intentional, who knows? I don't know if Walt ever intended. Did he intentionally do that or not? Who's to say? Only Walt himself knows.
I know. It's too big of a deal. It's too big of a thing to not have already in the years that he started this for that to actually be like, I don't know. It's so oblivious to me that like I just think of that was his thing. Like, you know, I spoke about Mickey being Walt himself also, and I just think that like there was a legitimate reason that we'll probably never hear him say, obviously, but I'm saying it, and I think that it was not intended for a Disney park to have a Mickey attraction.
But I think it's you know, it's a good point to bring up though that Mickey now with this ride becomes so accessible. Whereas like it's true you couldn't really see Mickey anywhere other than in a meet and greet or in a show. So to have that Mickey experience, don't you think that will increase the love of Mickey even more?
No, I think it decreases it. Because it makes it more accessible and less rare, so it takes away the value.
This is Mickey Mouse we're talking about.
I'm just saying, like, it's real. Like, it's
but
like
he makes a good point though, because you know, like, I think for some people when they went on their vacation to Disney World, it was always kind of like an elusive thing to try to find and meet Mickey Mouse. But now you have a dedicated attraction where you can always see him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not if it's broke down.
Anyway.
Yeah. But at the same time, always you have to consider, like, you know, us as kids, you know, I mean, you think about, like, when the last, like, old school Mickey Mouse cartoon was made. I mean, they had this kind of new style animation Mickey Mouse cartoon. Have you guys seen those on, like, the Disney shorts that they've been putting out recently? I think you guys mentioned that in the last episode or two ago.
It reminds me of Ren and Stimpy almost style. And kind of even
it's
humor.
It's kind of just kind of goofy. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of goofy looking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just very, like, adult kind of comedic stylized. I don't know how to describe it, but
yeah.
It's not like the old school, you know, Mickey Mouse that we kind of know and love from, like, Fantasia and all the Silly Symphony shorts from way back when.
So maybe in that way, the old school Mickey will be elusive still.
True.
Anyways, well, yeah, it's gonna be a big change, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure that Disney wouldn't steer us wrong, or would they?
Yeah.
I might vow never to go on that ride. Like, I might just be like, nope, not doing it. You guys can all go on, just in honor of Walt, because I don't think anyone else will, and I might be the only one.
Oh, Ricard, please.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna want to ride it.
I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, we'll fly the plane when it lands.
Yeah.
If it's Mickey'd out,
I'm quite excited about the Guardians ride going into Universe of Energy.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I don't know. It was something about Universe of Energy that was just like, this is refreshing. One, obviously because of the AC, but two, it was just like, I don't know, it had that light humor, Bill Nye the Science Guy, a little bit of learning, you know, it was just, I don't know, something about the Universe of Energy I really, really enjoyed riding, even though it was 45 minutes, but that didn't bother me.
45 minutes. It's such a long ride.
I'll ask you, when was the last time you rode Ellen's Energy Adventure?
It was on a solo trip, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think you actually remember. Never mind then.
Got you. Got him.
I don't.
I think the kind of big picture takeaway is though that the Universe of Energy itself, the pavilion itself, was an original Epcot pavilion, and it's no more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm sure there are some Disney fanatics out there who are kind of peeved about that, but as the times change, I guess pavilions will have to bite the dust. It's just an unfortunate fact of just moving forward, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
Indeed, keep moving forward. I mean, look at Avatar at this point. It's huge. And think about when they first announced it, and I think you and I were both very taken aback by it. Like, why? Why? Who really likes Avatar
I was
that
shocked.
much?
Absolutely shocked.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great no matter what. And like I said before, the rides will always live in YouTube. So if we ever wanted to be taken back, we can.
I wonder though why the whole Avatar thing, because I wonder if it's just because it was such an ability to be themed, or if like they had that plan, like there was a contract signed like when Avatar came out. So like, we don't care how well this is gonna do, we're making this movie so we can make a land.
I don't think it was that.
No?
No.
Okay. Because sometimes people are just committed and they're like, yo, we're committed.
There's no turning back now.
Yeah.
I think Disney saw the long-term viability of this land because I think they have 3 more movies, like 3 more sequels lined up for Avatar.
Oh, you see?
Well, yeah.
That's crazy.
I think they see some long-term longevity, at least for now.
Yeah.
For Avatar.
I mean, it's a whole land. It's going to be hard to take that out as quickly as it is to switch out a ride, but yeah. Still have yet to ride Flight of Passage, though, so.
Samesies. And I live here. I still haven't ridden it yet.
That's funny.
Well, you cannot get a fast pass for this attraction at all. Like, it's impossible. Unless you're staying at a resort and you can book however many days out that you can. As just a general annual pass holder, like, I think me and Michelle, we've been trying to get fast passes for this attraction since it opened.
Oh,
it's
man.
been impossible.
Really?
So
Just bring camping gear.
And learn how to run.
camping gear, a snack, something light to read, a Kindle.
A light snack.
For that 180-minute wait.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right.
In due time.
So, moving on, I wanted to kind of go over when you thought, like, what was the moment that you realized, like, wow, Disney is pretty great, and what was that moment that you had that just made it to you, like, oh my goodness, this is probably the best thing on earth. I'm gonna make this a full-time hobby.
Full-time.
Oh gosh.
That's funny.
Full time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I mean, as I said before, like, I think we all, like, as a family, like, whether it was with, just the three of us kids and mom and dad, or, going with our cousins and the grandma, we'd always kind of, like, I think we had at least one annual trip to Disney when we were kids, I want to say.
Wow.
At the very minimum, at least one annual trip to Disney World during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a little older. I think we took a couple years of hiatus, I think. And then I think at some point in high school, early college, we went back. I want to say we went to Hollywood Studios, and we kind of saw everything from a new perspective as adults.
Yeah.
And I want to say at some point, I think we saw Fantasmic, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I think Fantasmic kind of reinvigorated my love for Disney.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why.
I could see that, yeah. Because Fantasmic is just one of those shows which, Richie, do you remember seeing Fantasmic with Mickey and he's on a rock?
No.
Okay.
That's super specific. You remember Mickey, and he's on a rock? Yeah, and there's like explosions, and there's a dragon.
There were fireworks.
Dragon.
There were fireworks.
Yeah, I do not remember that.
But I can
Is that a
definitely
movie?
see.
But yeah, I think I want to say, like, after that one, whatever, that kind of like trip zero, and then it kind of just spurred us on. Like, we found us, like, saying, like, hey, we have a free weekend. You want to go Disney?
Mm-hmm.
Want to just drive up to Disney for a day?
We have a free day.
And then just kind of snowballed
exactly.
from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Matthew and I, we would do day trips. So we would drive up from South Florida, which took about 3.5 hours at 5 in the morning, get there for rope drop, and then leave at like 9:30 when the park closed.
Yeah.
And then drive back home. And I think,
And mind you, this was pre my Disney experience, where you could pre-book your fast passes.
oh yeah,
So you had to do everything when you got there?
you had to get there. You had to get the fast passes.
This is get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, wait an hour for rope drop, and then book it to Space Mountain for that first fast pass, or book it to Toy Story Mania for that first fast pass.
Mm-hmm. And by book it, he doesn't mean both of us. It would just be him.
Yeah.
Like, I would just.
Yeah, it would just be me.
I
was the workhorse. I was the workhorse.
I've never been there for a rope drop. Is it literally a rope? Or no?
Sometimes.
Sometimes there's literally a rope at rope drop. Sometimes.
Because you know what they do? I remember this specifically at Hollywood Studios. They let you through the turnstiles when there was still turnstiles. Before rope drop, which would technically be at 9 a.m. And then they would lead you with a rope, and you had to stand behind the rope, like at a point before, like, you could disperse out into the different, the different lands.
Yeah. Cool.
So yes, literally, there's a rope.
There's a rope for rope drop. Okay.
So you've been living in Orlando now for how long?
Let's see, 2 years of residency, and then I did the first 2 years of medical school in Tampa, Sarasota area, and I did most of my third and fourth year of medical school actually in Orlando proper. So probably about off and on, like 2 years permanently now, and then before that probably 2 years off and on. So probably all in the whole, probably about 3.5 years now, probably.
Mm-hmm. And how
And
did
it's been the best.
How do you feel like your relationship with Disney has changed since you've become a local?
Let's see. I mean, I think there was even a time where you and both Richie and you were like we went to pharmacy school here, and there were times where you were kind of a pseudo local, and you can kind of attest to this. But just having that freedom of just to go like any time, just like, oh yeah, I'm going to study for a bit. Go hit up Space Mountain, no biggie.
No biggie. I'm gonna go Space Mountain for lunch.
Space Mountain for lunch, But even like you said on our previous episode, like you said, like you would go to the boardwalk and study, or go to the Polynesian and study. Like you could do that. Like you had that option. Being a local, you were able to do that. And it just made studying just so much more bearable.
Yeah, indeed.
So Laurie, being that you are now back in Miami and no longer a pseudo local of Orlando, do you feel that you didn't go to Disney enough?
When I was living there?
Yes.
I don't actually. I feel like we went a lot. I feel like
we did go a lot.
We went really often, and it was awesome. I spent way too much time there, to be honest, when I should have been studying. But being back here now, I'm really upset that there's not a faster way to just go spend a couple hours at the parks, which is what being a local gives you that freedom.
Yeah.
And it's literally like how you said Space Mountain for lunch. Yeah, I could have.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, but I don't know. It's something that I'll miss, but at the same time, I mean, luckily we're not super far, and we can still. I feel like we're pseudo locals now.
Yeah.
More so.
Yeah. We just need that Hyperloop thing to kick in. That'd be great.
I know, that would be awesome. 30 minutes, Orlando to Miami.
Yeah.
Yes. But I just need you to pick me up, Ploppy. From the train station.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, but you have to call out of work that day.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So tell me, if you're a local, what do you think your typical Disney day is like? Like if you said that, okay, I'm going to go to the parks and I'm going to spend the whole day there. What would you do?
I think typically now, I mean, I would say nowadays the rope drop days and the full day park days are they're now more few and far in between. I would say if I do a rope drop day or a full day at the park, it's probably because someone is in town visiting and they want to do a full day at the park. Like you guys, like you guys. So I mean, unless or if there's like something we have to make a mad dash to for whatever reason. But I would say nowadays as a local, it's more like me and Michelle, like on those rare occasions where I actually have a Saturday or Sunday off, we'll wake up in the morning, take our time, enjoy our morning coffee, maybe get some things done around the house and whatnot, and then but with the beauty of having my Disney experience and pre-booking fast passes, that we can book our fast passes hours in advance or the night before.
Yeah.
We'll say to ourselves, like, hey, let's get some work done in the morning or in the early afternoon, and then, by the time 2 o'clock rolls around, we're ready for our Tower of Terror fast pass.
You're making so many listeners jealous right now.
Including
What's
Laurie,
that now?
I'm sure.
We're all jealous.
Yeah, she said Laurie's.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not everyone can live the good life.
Apparently not. Yeah, enjoy your 4 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Fair point.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean that's kind of like our typical day. Usually it's because we want to hit up maybe a couple of attractions, maybe have a nice dinner. You just give you an example of like someone who's visiting, like Michelle's cousin who recently got married. They're doing basically a 3-week Eastern Seaboard road trip, and one of their stops included Magic Kingdom and Epcot. And myself and Michelle both had to work yesterday, but we ended up meeting up with her cousin and his wife in Epcot, and we drank a little bit around the world. We had dinner at Tokyo Dining for the first time. We crossed another one off our restaurant bucket list.
Cool.
Highly recommended, by the way. Highly recommended.
It's crazy how much of a Disney person you are, and you're still doing stuff for the first time in Orlando.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
I know. Like, there's always like, the Disney just has so much. It's got that it just has that repeatability factor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you go back and revisit attraction you've ridden 50 times or 100 times over, you can always maybe find something new that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
You know, like that hidden Mickey and Carousel of Progress that like everyone talks about, but you never found it. There's that one day that
you've just never seen it.
I'll find you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wow.
But
Well,
yeah, I mean, it changes your perspective. Just changes perspective a little bit. You know, a lot of people say that no, you're a local. You're Disney so often now, and you're going to lose all the magic. I disagree. I disagree. I don't think you lose the magic. I think you find new ways to make new magic, if you will.
that's very good. I like that.
Yeah. I came up with that myself.
Trademarked.
Trademark. 2017.
Copyright.
I think that repeatability thing is where I get in trouble. You know, like, for example, like the Winnie the Pooh ride. We talked about this. So,
Yeah. Tell
like,
Matthew how you feel about Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not sure if, to me, it's like as an adult, as a grown person, I know that's like taboo, but I just don't enjoy it as much as I feel like I would if I had a child with me.
For the record, we're talking about Winnie the Pooh, the ride at Magic Kingdom.
And I think that, you know, I see you enjoy, Laurie, and also Matt, obviously. I see you guys enjoy, you know, going on the same ride multiple times. And, like, I don't know, it's just, especially when it's different, too, when it's not like a thrilling, you know, roller coaster ride, you know, like Mount Everest, let's say. It's hard for me to continue to go on some of these rides and appreciate it, I guess, as much as you guys do. But that was like I think that's for every like non-Disney person. Is like, how can you do the same thing over and over, and it's not like to them it seems boring. You know, it just doesn't seem like as intriguing as if they, you know, when they just first ride it for the first time. Mm-hmm. That's what I have trouble with, at least being a non-Disney fanatic.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know when the last time you went on Winnie the Pooh was, but those heffalumps and woozles, they're terrifying.
It's funny.
Watch out now.
Yeah.
Watch out. I mean, I wasn't alive in the '60s, but if I did, I imagine that's what it was like.
Which is why Mom enjoys it so much.
That's right.
Mom.
Tripping out, guys. Tripping out. All these elephants, man.
You see the purple? There's purple.
Yeah, I guess doing drugs on there would be interesting.
We don't endorse that.
Yeah.
Unless you have a prescription. Yeah, I don't know. It is something I feel like you have to kind of understand it or get it to really have that repeatability for things like Winnie the Pooh or, you know, different things around the parks that maybe aren't as thrilling or maybe aren't quite to your taste. So
yeah,
I get it for you, but until next time, because you're gonna see what the fuss is about Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, like I can do the ride that they took out at the Hollywood Studios with the stunt stuff. I can see that over and over and over.
Oh,
again.
Lights, Motors, Action.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, but they took that out.
But you're a car guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. So I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe I can see it. Maybe just because, you know, I just still don't get it. That like I'm just like, why would we go on Winnie the Pooh ride? Because I think I did it once. And I just remember going through, like, I was just going through it, you know, and I don't know.
And like, wow, this is air conditioned.
Let's go. Exactly. But, anywho.
One day. Mm-hmm. Soon.
But I think with a lot of the properties for Disney, like, you had to have grown up with them. I feel like as kids, we watched, like, we wore out our Winnie the Pooh VHS when we were kids, though.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean, you think, you know, I think you have to have caught the bug, just, you know, early when you were a kid to like really appreciate, you know, those kind of dark ride, old school attractions. You know,
yeah.
Like, I feel like if you didn't grow up with Peter Pan and don't know about Peter Pan, you probably aren't gonna get that kind of whimsy when you actually step into that pirate trip and, you know, fly above London and go to Neverland.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good point. But I don't know. Richie's in this family now, so he's just going to have to figure things out.
I have to figure it out somehow.
Get together, Rich. Get together.
So speaking of family, let's talk a little bit about Michelle. So you are actually going to marry a Disney cast member.
I am, yes. It has its perks.
Do you think that things came full circle with Disney now that you're marrying into Disney cast member?
I don't know so much as the cast member aspect of it, but the fact that she's like an actual Disney fan herself. I mean, that's part of the things that attracted me to her so much. Mm-hmm. I'll put it this way: she's got probably every imaginable Orange Bird and Marie the cat thing you can imagine.
She's a big fan.
She's legit.
Big fan. And when we went to Disneyland, where I proposed to her, she bought so many little pieces of Disneyland's 60th anniversary stuff. And I'm just like, wow, that's the woman I'm going to marry. I looked up.
Hey guys, did you see her? I'm marrying her.
Yeah, see that right there, perfect woman.
That's funny.
Killing it.
Yeah.
But because it just knows, nice to know that for the rest of our lives, I'll have someone to share the rest of my life with together. That it's always just going to be nice to just know that I have someone to go to Magic Kingdom with, and I'm not going to be judged. I'm not going to have a Disney hater.
Yeah.
I'll judge the hell out of you for doing that.
So, and I'm lucky that she doesn't think me buying 2 Great Movie Ride T-shirts and 1 Universe of Energy T-shirt is crazy and out of control, or that or the fact that I have 25 Disney T-shirts in my closet right now, and she's on board with that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, great. So I guess to answer your question, yeah, I think we did come full circle, and we always talk about taking the day that we take our theoretical 2 children, Luke and Leia, to the world ourselves, and we're able to see kind of through our children's eyes, that magic that they that they're going to see when we were kids.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I can't get over Luke and Leia. I'm sorry.
I think I just wrote my vows.
Yeah. Luckily, it'll be sealed in recorded history.
Hold on. Let me just pull this up on iTunes real quick at the wedding.
Yeah. I'm just going to play it.
Yeah.
Richie, can you hit play? Thanks.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I mean, granted, of course I love and care for Richie a lot, regardless of whether he is a Disney fanatic like we are. But it is pretty cool that you can kind of share every experience on the same level in a way.
Yeah.
And have the same level of appreciation and kind of judgment angle for anything new that happens with Disney, or any old thing that goes away, or any restaurant you might dine at. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm just glad I'm here to bring a twist on things. I'm just here to mess stuff up with Disney. That's what I'm doing. I'm here to it's funny. I was when we went to Japan and we had a Japanese friend there. We were trying to explain to her, we were trying to teach her English, and we were trying to explain real stupid stuff about the English language that we just take for granted as English speakers, but trying to teach it to someone that had no idea about the language. Mm-hmm. Just breaking it down in simple terms. And I feel like I'm here for that reason. I'm here so you guys can really, things that you take for granted in terms of being magical with Disney, I'm here to make you appreciate it more and think about it deeper.
Okay.
This is true.
You're welcome.
Well, you can find hundreds of Disney podcasts out there where it's just a bunch of Disney lovers just sitting around table and just talking about Disney. That's why I love your guys' podcast. It just puts, like you said, it puts a different spin on things.
Yeah.
And maybe shows new perspectives.
There you go.
And that's why you're here too, special guest star.
Yeah, exactly. He's here to rattle the cage a little bit.
That's right.
So, at the same time, you got to say, it's probably not easy. I mean, you guys obviously, love and care about each other, and you guys have to accept each other's faults, whether being a Disney lover is a fault or not. It's up for you to decide. But you know what?
Or a Disney hater.
Richie has stuck by your side, Gene, for the long haul, and
I know.
it's something that he's gonna have to accept, and there's no way around it.
I know. Just accept, grin and bear it.
Yeah,
sir. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Well, I mean, I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, Ploppy, to come and just chat with us and kind of add another reason why we love doing the show.
Yeah. And for everyone out there listening or watching, please don't forget to subscribe. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Ploppy, any final note to add?
The Great Movie Ride and Universal Energy T-shirts. The August the 17th is the last day to pick up those shirts. So if you haven't gotten your commemorative shirt already, best do so rather quickly.
Nice.
Post haste.
Post haste.
And hopefully you guys will be back on the show at some point in the near future.
Yes, it was a pleasure having you on.
Yes, thank you to our special guest star, and we hope everyone out there has a very magical day. We hope this brings a little magic into your day.
Oh boy.